Hello students, welcome back to the science class. Previous session we have seen about the lesson matter around us. In this session we are going to see about the continuation of matter around us lesson. Let's move on to the lesson. Matter classify into two types, pure substances and mixture. In this class we are going to see about mixtures. Mixtures, the definition of mixture, combination of pure substances that retain their properties. Then mixtures classify another two types, homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homo means same and hetero means difference. What is heterogeneous mixture? Individual substances are distinct, combination is not uniform throughout. For example, sand, vegetable, soup. These are the example of heterogeneous mixtures. Next, homogeneous mixtures. Homo means same. Individual substances are not distinct, uniform combination throughout. For examples, solutions. Solution means coffee, tea or juice, anything. These are the examples of homogeneous mixtures. Separation of mixtures. Why would we need to separate mixtures? Suspensive versus solution or colloid, how are they different? And physical properties, how can we use? Let's see one by one. Are all mixers used as they are, or is there any need for separating the components? Materials we use in our day-to-day life are got from different sources and are very often combined with other substances. So mixtures like coffee and tea, ice cream are taken as such. There is no need for separation is there cases. These cases, there is no separation. Metals occur in the form of ores under the earth's crust. But if we want to use a pure metal, we need to adopt a laborious process of extraction to separate the useful metal from the ore. What is separation? Separation means removal of substances from a mixture of two or more substances. For example, separating stones from rice, separating tea from tea leaves, and churning milk to obtain butter. So, why we need to separate mixtures? Yes, when we need to remove impurities or harmful components from the mixtures. Important to separate. When we need to remove impurities or harmful components from the mixtures. For example, stones from rice. Next, when the useful component has to be separate from other components. For example, petrol from petroleum. Next one, when a substance has to be obtained in highly pure form. For example, gold from gold mines. So, separation is important from mixers when we need to remove impurities and useful component has to be separate from other components and substances has to be obtained in highly pure form. Separating methods. Your mother is making tea for the family and your grandmother is separating butter from curd. Your father and uncle are out in the fields collecting paddy after harvesting. Are you helping your mother to cook rice and is separating stones from the rice? Yes, there are many separating methods here. Let us explore the different separating methods involved in the picture and also learn about a few other methods. Methods of separation. Simple methods of separating substances: hand picking, winnowing, threshing, and sieving. And physical separation methods are washing, decanting, magnetism, and solubility. These are the examples of physical separation methods. And simple separation substances: hand picking, winnowing, threshing, and sieving. So let's see one by one. First method is filtering method. Filtration. This is a more common method of separating an insoluble solid from a liquid in a heterogeneous mixes or solids with different. The choice of method of separation depends upon the properties of the components of the mixture. The separation method may be based on the particle's size, shape, or physical state. They may be solids, liquids, or gases. Your mother used to strainer to remove the tea leaves to get the clear liquid. Larger size particles of tea leaves will be retained by the strainer while the clear liquid will pass through. This is called filtering. See this below picture. This is the example of filtration method. Take a beaker and take insoluble solid, that is heterogeneous mixture of water and sand. This is heterogeneous mixture. Easily we can separate. Next, take another beaker and take a funnel, filter funnel, and put it in the filter paper through the filter funnel and pour the insoluble liquid heterogeneous mixture. We can separate using filtration method. Residue means sand. Filter in the filter paper in the funnel, and water, we can get water in the beaker. So we can easily separate using this filtration method insoluble solids, that is heterogeneous mixes. Next, sieving method. A sieve is similar to a strainer. Sieving is used when we have to separate solid particles of different size. For example, bran from flour, sand from gravel. Next, sieving. Sieving is a way to separate substances in a mixture. Sieving separates big substances from small substances, and sieving can also used to separate substances that do not dissolve in the liquid. Sieving only works for separating insoluble substances, water and sand, heterogeneous mixtures, from the other substances. For example, separating big rocks from small rocks. Sieving cannot separate dissolved substances from the solvent. So sieving can also be used to separate substances that do not dissolve in liquid. Only works for separating insoluble substances from the other substances. Next method is threshing method. When we pluck flowers from plants, we are separating the flowers from their stalks. Can we do the same for food grains like rice and wheat? It is not possible because the grains are small in size and also the quantity is very large. Farmers separate grains from their stalks by beating them hard. The grains are separated from their stalks. This is called threshing. So threshing is the method that generally used by the farmers to separate the grains from the stalks after harvesting. So the dried stalks are beaten or threshed to separate the grains. However, in a large farms, threshing is done by using threshing machines. Threasing machines is easy technique for remove the stalks from the grains. Next method is winnowing method. It is an agricultural method for separating grain from husk. Rice, wheat and other food grains are covered in husk, which cannot be eaten by us. Husk is very light and gets easily blown away by a breeze or wind. This method is winnowing. Winnowing is an agricultural method developed by ancient cultures for separating grains from chaff. It is also used to remove weevils or other pests from stored grain. Threasing, the loosening of grains or seeds from the husk and straw, is the step in the chief remove process that comes before winnowing. So winnowing method done by dropping the mixture slowly from a height in the presence of wind. Lighter solids, that is husk, will be carried by wind and will be collected in a separate heap, while heavier solids, that is grains, will fall closer and form a separate heap. Next method is hand picking. How do we identify a stone from a grain of rice? If the stones are visible different from the grain, they can easily picked and separate by hand. This is hand picking. But if the stones look very similar to the rice grains, it is difficult to separate. So visible particles we can pick out and different from the grain. They can be easily picked and separated by hand. So visible particle we can separate by our hand. This method is called hand picking method. Magnetic separation method. In a mixer containing iron, the magnetic property of iron can be used to separate it from non-magnetic substances by using a magnet. Substances that are attracted to a magnet are called magnetic. Separating solids using a magnet is called magnetic separation. For example, iron and sulfur mixture we can easily separate using magnetic separation method. Sedimentation method. Rice and pulses are often mixed with very fine straw, husk or dust particles, which have to be removed before cooking. Are you familiar with the way this is done at home? The rice or pulses are washed in water. The lighter impurities float while heavier rice grains sink to the bottom. This is called sedimentation. The water with the impurities is carefully poured away, leaving clean rice at the bottom. So, muddy water is a mixture of very fine particles of soil in water. What will happen if muddy water is left undisturbed for some time? Mud, being heavy, will settle down at the bottom of the beaker and will form the sediment. Water forms the top layer and is called the supernatant liquid. So we can take insoluble sand. We leave sometimes insoluble sand. So this is settled down. Insoluble impurities settle down and clear water we can take. Decantation. Decantation method process is done after sedimentation. The supernatant liquid is slowly poured out from the container without disturbing the sediment. The Part that settle to the bottom of the liquid is called sediment. The water that is obtained after decantation is called the decantate. The process of separating liquid above the sediment is called decantation. But even after decantation, the water is not completely free from fine soil particles. How can we remove this? By the process of filtration. Do you think a strainer or a cloth can filter these very fine particles? Do it and see for yourself. So the next, filtration method. We use filter papers to remove the fine impurities. A filter paper has very fine process, much similar than soil particles. Let us see how to use the filter paper. Take a piece of filter paper, fold it to make a cone. Slowly pour the muddy water over the filter paper. The filtration, clear water filter flows down the funnel and mud settles as reduced on the filter paper. The method of separating insoluble components, sand, mud, from a mixture using a filter paper is called filtration. So, the liquid which passes through the filter and comes down is called filtrate, and the insoluble component left behind on the filter paper is called residue. Last one, food adulteration. Food adulteration means the process of lowering the nutritive value of food either or removing a vital component or by adding substances of inferior quantity is called food adulteration. The substances that is used to lower the quality is known as adulterant. Thank you, children. We have completed matter around us lesson. Let's see the next.